14, Concord, Kannapolis.
Concord last met Kannapolis, it came down to one play.
Almost. It is going to be partially deflected by the Wonders and will go out of bounds. Or is it going to be a safety? Yes, the official signals it did go out. One was standing right. Well, they're going to say it went out at the angle about a yard deep in the end zone. The official originally spotted it at about a foot outside the goal line post, though, so it will be a safety as Concord has the punt blocked by the Wonders out of the end zone.
This year, they're playing for more than the bell. Will the Wonders prevail, or will this be the year of the Spiders?
Presents the high school football game of the year from Memorial Stadium. It's the A.L. Brown Wonders of Kannapolis hosting the Spiders from Concord. Game number 60, everyone. Good evening. I'm Randy Whitley along with Larry Mason. We're sitting on one of the possessions they're going after tonight.
We really are. This may be as close as we're going to get to it. They're going to fight over this thing tonight, Randy.
People have been here about 4 hours waiting on this one, and we expect a great game. I guess the biggest word I can describe is special.
Well, it really is. I don't think there's anything any more special than playing for the Bell and playing for the conference championship all in one ball of wax.
And two teams that just a stone's throw as far as the city limits are concerned. They border one another, and they've been waiting on this one for 30 years, maybe.
They really have, and this is what it's all about. It's like Coach Harding, Coach Smith said, it's all done now. It's go out and have some fun now.
Well, we're going to ring the bell and get this one underway with some more pregame information. Go ahead, Larry, do your honors there. There you go. TV 13's coverage will continue in just a minute.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Let's go to the Big K in the center of the field for the introduction of the co-captains and the coin toss.
Captains Blakely, Elder, Stafford, and Graham. You guys shake hands. Introduce yourself. Fellas, we're going to call you green. We're going to call you white. Anytime there's a penalty, I'm asking either white captain or green captain. Come up to me and we'll discuss your options, okay? Okay, Captain Miller, you're the Colton captain, and you're the visitor. That is a heads, that is a tail. I'm going to call it, you flip it, I'm going to flip it in the air. You call it loud enough for this man to hear it. Should I drop it, we'll flip it again, okay? Call it in the air. He calls the tails, it is a heads. You have one to toss. You want the ball? Which way do you want to kick? You want to defend the scoreboard? All right, come back over here. Come up, face these teams. This team won the toss and will receive. Shake hands, man. Let's have a go.
10 seniors for Concord, 23 for Kannapolis play their last Concord-Kannapolis football game, and most of them at the center of the field. Kannapolis in those lucky green pants tonight, Larry.
Well, they really were. And if it's the seniors playing the seniors, I guess Concord's going to lose that, but they're going to play some underclassmen also.
Let's look at the starting lineup. First for the Concord Spiders, Bill Alzay will lead that offense on the offensive line. Then you've got the quickness in the backfield and youth as well with Carr, Graham, two sophomores, Kenny Robinson, sophomore quarterback. For the Concord defense, Houston Rogers will anchor him at linebacker. Damon, outstanding all year long. Secondary, not to sneeze at, but Dino Miller and Tommy Gilmore, the two keys in that defensive tackle position.
They really have been this year.
For the Ale Brown Wonders of Kannapolis, a little bit different than what we saw on the offensive line last year, but you've got the big guys in the backfield, Barnes and Carter and Blakely. On defense for the Wonders, we'll flip the chart, and you see Hutch Smith anchors one side of the defensive line. Tony Jones, Belcher, Greer, McKnight, all have been outstanding in the punch. It's 7-0, both teams in the South Piedmont Conference, as we're about ready to kick number 60 off. A series that Concord leads 33-22. There have been 4 ties.
And Kannapolis didn't make any bones about it. They wanted the ball. Give it to us now. We're going to go with it now.
First chance to score. A game with these two defenses, the way they have played to date in the 1990 season, points may be hard to come by tonight, much less possessions. Everybody's been waiting on it, and it's underway. Kannapolis will field at about the 10, and coming out to about the 35, 36-yard line is Orlando, Washington. So the Wonders in that all green trimmed in white will come onto the field right now at their own 35-yard line.
One thing I don't think we'll see tonight, Randy, is either team hold anything back. And last week we saw Kannapolis come out and really get out the field against Northwest, and I think we'll see that tonight against Concord.
Also, 2 receivers split to the right of your screen, operate out of the I formation. Blakeney, the senior, has thrown for over 2,500 yards the last 2 seasons. Takes the handoff, now rolls. Concord with a good defensive stop. It was number 72, Dino Miller, the defensive tackle, who got just enough to trip him up. For a loss, back to the 32.
One thing I think that we'll have to realize during the course of this game is Blakeney kept that one, is neither team's probably played another team that's got the quickness that either one of these teams do. So they're going to be a little untried and untested there. So that's something they're going to find out early, is how the quickness on each team stacks up.
They'll have one setback now with 2 wide receivers. Split wide. Doing the slot on the right. Here's Blakeney on 2nd down. Fires upfield. Low toss incomplete up near the 38-yard line. They had number 15 on the coverage, Pat Tierney, the free safety.
They ran everybody off. We saw them do this against Northwest. They run everybody off deep and just try to hit that little pass underneath and let the tackle run what he can out of the football. And I think that's something we're going to see more and more of.
Well, that Concord defense is giving up just 195 yards rushing per game.
Well, I tell you, everybody's really excited about those 2 young linebackers that Concord has. They will get around the football.
3rd down and 13. They'll line it at the 32-yard line. Blakeney. Play fake. Looking to pass. He'll air it down the sidelines. One-on-one coverage. And a tremendous catch. Number 23, Barry Lipscomb, with maybe the catch of the year for his teammates.
It's the catch that we've seen of the year, because that was just short as far as you can, and Lipscomb had to run, lean backwards and reach up over the defender to bring the ball in. That was a great football catch, and had it in one hand when it came down.
A game of big plays, and that is one of them. And ironically, Lipscomb caught it right on his number at the 23-yard line.
That's a full moon, so you might as well expect some of those things.
Wonders with 1st and 10. Deepest penetration of the game early. They'll give it to Carter. He bangs the middle. Maybe a yard. 76 getting up off the bottom of the pile. Gerald Cannon, defensive end for the Spiders. He weighs in at 213, 6'3", a little bit less than Buster Douglas.
I think so. I think that we're going to see right there too, Randy, the running up front. You're going to earn it tonight. Yep. The old-fashioned way.
If you can.
You're going to have to hit somebody.
Don't invest.
That's right.
It's a high risk. They played a little over 2 minutes. It's 2nd down, and they need 10. Blakeney around the right side. Spider defense with some speed on the lateral side, coming up, closing it quickly. He had a lot of running room, but I tell you, I don't know who for Concord got over there. I believe it may have been David Damon, the linebacker, but he saved a bunch of yardage with that tackle.
He really did, and I tell you, that was a lot of quickness getting on football right there.
Spotted at the 18-yard line. Another key third down situation coming up now for the Wonders.
And I would assume we're going to see a pass right here. Or we could see that. They ran that little reverse for a lot of success last week too, Randy.
Split backs this time. First time we've seen that offensive set. They'll flop Ford, the tight end, over on the right side. He wears 39 on his back. And send a man in motion. Blakeney almost tripped up in the backfield. Now here comes the Spider rush. They're after him. He dumps it upfield. It is complete, but it will be short of the first down. He finally hit number 30, Carter, who was kind of his safety valve, and the Spiders had that well defensed.
They really did. They had that one. They were putting a big rush on him and had the other folks covered it.
A loss back to the 24-yard line, so 4th down and 11. Decision time now for the Wonders, and they'll call a timeout and talk it over. 9:08 left. Opening period, opening drive. No score at Memorial Stadium. Back to Memorial Stadium, Wonders have elected to go for it, or something to that effect. 4th down at the 24 of Concord. They figure if they don't make it, it's a pretty good punt.
Well, they do, and their field goal extra point kicker is Egypt. So here we go.
He fires upfield, touch catch on the sideline. It was number 83, and that is Marlo Hall.
Looks like a safe bet right there.
Now they're going to say it was out of bounds.
Evidently, didn't give it to him right there.
So the Spiders' defense has held after giving up a big pass play from Blakeney.
The thing that probably made that last defensive series that led the play before they called timeout, work so well, Randy, was that the defensive secondary was playing well enough that Blakeney, he was getting rushed, and also nobody to throw the football to.
Spiders on offense led by Kenny Robinson, the sophomore, at 6 foot, 170 pounds, onto the field for the first time at their own 24-yard line. They'll run it out of the mirror this time, and Jake Graham has popped at the line of scrimmage, but got positive yardage to the 28.
You know that Robinson's got to have some butterflies, Randy. Even though this is the end of the season, he should be playing like a junior now instead of a sophomore. This is a big game for that young fella.
Matter of fact, not many juniors on this team. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of juniors on this team, not many seniors at all. I think they only start about 5 or 6 on offense and defense. Graham, loose football, it's open, and the Wonders have recovered. Our first turnover of the game, Larry Mason.
You know, those are the things that I'm sure both coaches wanted to do away with. Those turnovers are going to come back to really haunt them, I guess, as we said Wednesday night later in the game. And that was one earlier. They just didn't get a good mesh with the quarterback in the back right there. I don't think a hit knocked that ball loose. I think it came loose from the onset, don't you?
Yeah, it was loose. Loose out there on the ground. It just seemed like an eternity there, those couple of seconds.
Right.
Well, that's the first one of the game. Let's see if the Wonders can cash in. All good teams do eventually. 32-yard line, 1st and 10. They will send Carter in motion. Blakeney handed off. Michael Barnes trying to get outside. Tripped up, and the Spider pursuit catches it. Ray Massey, number 13. But you ought to give credit also to Gerald Cannon on the stop.
Go ahead, Randy. The Concord defense is really, I think this is one thing, like we said, and Bruce Harden said himself, the teams we played and the teams we got the big horn against, the points that we got are not the Concord team we're going to see, and I think they're finding that out right now.
I was mistaken a while ago. I said 195 yards. Concord has only given up around 50 yards a game rushing the defense, so it's going to be tough. Blakeney out of the shotgun this time. Everybody in the pattern looking, overthrown off the fingertips. Lipscomb wide open, and he knew it.
When he made his break, he did. He came wide open, and I don't know if there was a mix-up in the coverage, and that one was just a little overthrown right there.
It'll stop the clock. 7:29 left. Opening period. No score. And the battle for the South Piedmont Conference Championship. Number 1 seed in the playoffs next week. I think everybody knows that by now.
Wouldn't it be nice to be coming here playing this game knowing you're going to the playoffs, and both these teams knowing they're going to play at home?
Yep. And they could possibly be, but not until 4 weeks into the playoffs. That would be for a shot to go to Chapel Hill. It's Blakeney with plenty of time, fires it sideline, underthrown down there at the 10-yard line. He was looking for number 80 that time out of the pattern. And that was Rob Lipscomb.
Really had a lot of time to throw the football on that play.
Well, here you go again, Coach. 4th down coming up. And I believe Atkins comes onto the field. He's replacing Benji Johnson, who with that stress factor we mentioned last week. Expected to be out a couple of more weeks. They're going to try the field goal. Left hash mark. They'll set it down at about the 38. It will be a 48-yard attempt out of the hold of Mo Blakeney. Now it's a fake field goal. He throws it. Underthrown. He had Lipscomb. Well, not bad. It just didn't work.
I don't know if the folks saw that whole play. It was set up like a play that there was a little trickery right there. They were sending Lipscomb out. It looked like the player was running Lipscomb off the field, telling him he wasn't supposed to be in there. But actually, he was just trying to sneak him over to the sideline.
Early trick or treat for the Wonders.
Yes, indeed.
7-12 in the first period. A lot of excitement here in the first 5 minutes.
These guys their acting lessons. I think Coach Hardy may be doing that down there.
Spiders with a little bit better field position to start is Robinson. Shoots it in there on the little slant, complete first down. Concord making the reception. Mike Canada, one of the leading receivers for the Spiders all season long. And that burned the Wonders that time, out to the 47.
It really did. You know what also that does? That's going to give Robinson a lot of confidence to complete that first pass like that, Randy. A lot of confidence. So we may see him come back with this one again and again.
That's Kenny's thrown for over 500 yards on the year. Here's the pitch to ground. The sophomore looking to cut it up and gets to the other side of the 50 into Wonder territory near the 47-yard line. First time they've been there tonight.
You know, out of Concord, the things we're going to see, we're going to see the quick pitch, and we're going to see them sweep a little bit. We're going to see the quarterback keep the ball quite a bit. But the thing we've seen them do the best over the years is that hard dive off tackle. And we're going to see if they're successful with doing that tonight.
Second down. They need the 43-yard line of Kannapolis. It's a long 4. Here's the counter this time, and Robinson will have the first down, loose football, but I think they're going to whistle the ground calls the fumble. Concord will retain possession.
And that's a play right there that Coach Smith really is pretty famous for. That's something we knew we had to stop when we coached against him, is his quarterback's going to fake that ball and turn and keep it. And really, Coach Smith just uses his quarterback as another running back in that play, and you've got to be able to stop that play.
Robinson nearly 400 yards rushing on the season, so he can throw it as well as pass it. First and 10, 41-yard line, and a momentary holdup here with 5:53 left. We're talking about Canada with some sure hands with that big catch a while ago. That was catch number 12 on the year. Tyson Black leads all Spider receivers with 15.
They're not going to throw the ball a tremendous amount. I don't think they make any bones about that, but I think the thing that they do is they throw it when they need to and try to throw those high percentage passes.
41-yard line. They line it up. Quick snap this time, and off the right side, Graham bumped after about 2. Somebody rang his bell. You heard it.
All the way up here. It was a little delayed.
Tony Jones, the junior nose guard, there on the hit. Give him 2.
And it's not like Kannapolis has never seen or Concord's never seen the Kannapolis defense, because Easy's been coaching against it, and Mike Lambert's been here most of that time, and they're going to see that 50 look with a 50 front.
Second and 8 for the Spiders as they bring him to the line. Robinson. Quinn sets out of the veer, fakes, looks, pumps once, now backpedals and loses his footing. You might say that's a secondary sack.
Well, it probably is, because he had to reload and set up again because his receivers were covered, and when he did, this beat just came out from under him right there.
Sets up a big third down now. They'll need about, they need to get to the 31-yard line, ball at the 47. That'll take a super mathematician to figure it out. But you got 16 yards to go, and that's a little bit longer than you want to be in that situation.
It will be here. Most likely they're going to put, and this is a place that you want to make sure you do have a high percentage pass, because this is a place that the ball gets intercepted, the other team's going to have good field position.
Robinson tosses this time. Carr is going to fire it, and there's going to be pass interference against the Wonders. Coming up just a little bit too soon was Maurice Blakeney, who's in the secondary.
Well, that's going to be an automatic first down. It's not like the NFL or college where it's pass interference on the spot. They'll walk off 10. This won't give them the first down in yardage, but it'll be an automatic first down.
Tyson Black, I don't know if that was, he could have completed it on the receiving end or not. It was very close, but obviously you don't have a chance with Blakeney coming over your back like that. I'm sitting here looking around as they step the penalty off. I don't think I've ever seen the Soup Bowl over here overflowing. Somebody get some extra crackers.
Well, I think so. In the years that I've been doing this with you, I know this is the most people I've seen at a football game, Randy.
Think they make any money now?
I think they'll get well tonight.
First attempt Spiders. Wonder 33. Two wide. Twin sets. Carr with the ball. To the Wonder 30. Tripped up. Roland Grant came in from the strong safety position to get him by the ankles initially.
And that's their isolation, where they'll send the back through and then lead the other back behind them with the football.
Inside 4 minutes to go, opening period, second drive of the game. Concord coughed it up deep in their territory moments ago, but Kannapolis unable to get it any closer as the Concord defense, both the defenses are way ahead of the offenses at this stage of the game.
Well, they really are.
Second down. Carr tries the middle and hits a wave of green shirts. Scoots forward for a couple. Scott Boucher, 77, the sophomore defensive tackle. He will be a good one. He already is.
He really is. He plays like he is a junior or maybe even a senior right now. They were running isolation at that time also, and it got snuffed out. You know, they've been kind of playing on that adrenaline up to now, and that's kind of gone now. They're kind of settling down and going to get in their game tempo now, Randy.
Key third down and 4 coming out for the Spiders. Robinson tosses complete inside the 10-yard line. Concord will have it first and goal.
I don't know if we'll see that again and it'll come up again, but the thing they did there was they sucked those linebackers up in there and got the pass receiver between the linebackers and the secondary. Robinson has a real nice touch on laying the football in there.
Doesn't try to overthrow it, just takes what he can get.
As they got the linebacker up, good catch right there.
Mike Canada. First and goal, Spiders come with a pitch. Graham to the 5.
And I think we have a flag down, Randy. I think we'll see this come back with a holding call.
Oh, we were talking about the Wonders' rushing defense. We were talking about Concord a while ago, 50 yards. Kannapolis has yielded at 56 this season. But they've been burnt by the pass so far tonight. With little slants.
Well, they really haven't, but you know that both coaches have set and know what the game plan is, so they feel like they can throw that pass for whatever reason. And there's a picture of the throng, the crowd.
You cannot tell where the real permanent stands end and the hill begins.
I'll tell you what, listen, I was out there trying to sell a few things before I had to come up here and do this.
Spiders pushing it back with a major penalty there, back to the 16 of A.R. Brown. It's still first and goal. Play fake. Robinson rolls wide side. Wonders with the sack. Tony Jones, the nose guard, was there. All 212 pounds.
So Jones got off the block, and they ran a little bootleg right there. And Jones got off of his block and did a good job right there. Just he came straight up the field too. He didn't try to come to where the quarterback was going to be. He was going to be where he figured the quarterback was going to end up, Randy.
We're near the 2-minute mark as Robinson back into the huddle with a play from the Spider sidelines. They're moving backwards, Larry. Both defenses have come with their hard-hitting pants on tonight. Back to the 26-yard line. Second down. Robinson looking, firing, incomplete, almost intercepted. Roland Grant had it, then it's just slipped away.
Well, he really did, and he dropped right there into the flat and did a good job of just playing that position. That was a good job of playing the zone right there, Randy. He stayed right there.
A lot of buzzing going on in the stands over there. You just fix it. They're just not moving. They're kind of intense.
You didn't have to bring a blanket tonight, too, because they're packed in there close enough to get warm.
Not only maybe one of the best games in the Concord Kannapolis history shaping up, probably some of the best weather we've ever seen for the first weekend in November.
It really is.
Third and goal, 26-yard line. Robinson to Carr. Looks like he's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open. Pick complete.
the secondary looking around right now saying, I had him, you had him, who's got him? But he was wide open and let that one get away.
Exasperation on the Concord side, relief on the Kannapolis side. Well, it sets up fourth down. Easy Smith says, let's talk it over. Let's be calm. 1:36 left. Snyder is not going for the field goal. Fourth down and goal at the 26. They said, let's see if we can get it all. Robinson drops back, sideline pattern, out of bounds. Intended on the far sidelines. He was looking, I believe, for number 23, Robert Staten.
And that ball, Dumberland almost had to have been a perfect pass because he was just right there tiptoeing on the sideline.
He caught it, and it goes in the end zone. It's up 20 yards, so they lose about 5 on the exchange, which both teams have elected to go fourth down here early in this ball game.
Well, as well as both defenses are playing, I think that's a good bet right now.
Wonders offense out onto the field now at the 25-yard line. First and 10, tailback this time. Huge hole up the middle. Michael Barnes giving here a first down. They'll move the sticks. 36-yard line. Michael Barnes with 614 yards and 11 touchdowns coming into tonight's game.
I tell you, he has really given Kannapolis some good games and given them another dimension running that football.
You'll take that up the middle play for 11 anytime, won't you?
Anytime. First down, you know it.
36-yard line this time. As they set it down, they go to Carter, and somebody hit him right at the line of scrimmage. I believe it was 75 Tommy Gilmore. The 250-pound, 6'3" junior. So Concord fans, you got a lot to look forward to.
They really do. That defensive line for Concord is really playing well right now. Sophomore, juniors. They do have a few seniors on the defensive line there.
Second down. About a yard on that one. 37-yard line. They line it out of the eye again. Here's Barnes. Hits the right side, goes near the 40. 76, Gerald Cannon, initially there from the defensive end position, and that may very well be the last play of the first period. It's been an exciting one.
It really has. And one thing that neither team has done yet is right now the defensive lines on both teams are kind of dominating the offensive lines on both teams. Well, I'm sure that's something that's going to concern the coaches.
Wonder's going to try to get off one more play. They better hurry. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they didn't quite make it. Just a half a second too slow. 12 minutes is in the books in the 60th renewal. No score between the Wonders and the Spiders. 49-yard line of Concord. Clutch reception that time, number 80 for the Wonders. And that young man is Rob Lipscomb.
Lipscomb did a good job just running a little curl in right there, Randy. And Blakeney's got such a strong arm. He just puts it right on the money on those little passes like that.
Lipscomb with his 7th catch of the year. They're going to move it back right at midfield. First and 10 at the 50. One setback this time. And they'll give it to Carter. Trying to pick his way. Good offensive surge. Good second and third effort. He got by 11.
He just kept his feet moving right there and really came out of that pile and made that. He became his own blocker after the initial hit right there.
We're talking about Barnes a while ago. Carter had over 500, or I should say 452 yards rushing coming in. And we'll pick up some of the Concord runners next time they have it on offense, but everybody kind of balanced. Nobody really dominating as far as...
Well, they really haven't, and I'll tell you the thing that has impressed me about Kannapolis is just when you think you have them stopped, any of those backs can take it the distance. Of course, that's the same thing with Concord.
He didn't get a good spot. I thought he had the first down, but they moved it back as his knee went down right at the 40, so he's going to be about a half a yard short. That's a nice time to come in with second down on the foot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mo throw it.
The way we had seen Coach Harding coach in the past, don't be surprised here.
We saw him in the Statesville game last year in the playoffs on 4th and goal. He threw it in the corner of the end zone.
Matter of fact, we may see him throw it twice here, and we may see him run it.
One setback. They fake it to Carter. Blakeney all the time in the world. Draws the defense in, and they'll get him. They didn't go for the fake. They, meaning Houston Rogers, the first white and gold and black shirt to make it there.
Rogers did a super job of getting to him and the thing there. Probably the one thing that they didn't want to happen, and they lost yardage on the play.
All the way back to the Spider 48-yard line.
Instead of third and inches, you've got third and almost 9 again.
Spiders may be younger than the Wonders, but don't tell them that right now.
Well, I'll tell you, both those linebackers and Rogers and Damon have really played well.
Kannapolis has called a timeout. Blakeney will come to the sidelines and talk to Bruce and the assistants over there with 10:19 to go here. No score. And while we have a moment, we'll always like to promote next week's show. Well, next week's show, hopefully we'll have Bruce and Easy back. That'll be the two teams that we've been covering all year long for a preview of the playoffs, regardless of who they will be playing. Both of them will be home, Larry, as you alluded to a few minutes ago.
Well, I think you can turn around and find out who they're going to be playing, because there's about 8 coaches back here drawing plays and taking notes and seeing who's going where. And I don't think they're just doing it because they want to learn some more about football.
I don't think they have enough paper for as many plays as we've seen, but it'll be 8 o'clock Wednesday night headliners after playoff edition. We will tell you the number 1 team in the conference will be at home. They'll take on Burns of the Southwestern 3A. They are the number 2 finisher. That's already been decided. Whoever loses this game will be at home versus Lincolnton or Fred T. Ford. Those teams are out of the Big 6. So, you can see these two teams play again, not against each other next week. Blakeney on third down, play fake, penalty marker in the air. He fires over the middle, complete. Down to about the Spider 32-yard line. Billy Elder with the catch. And they come back.
Yes, it'll be a first down if it doesn't come back. And we may see holding here again. Yeah, we've got motion. Now, this young man and I went to college together. I wasn't going to tell you that. I was going to wait and see what kind of game he was going to call before. I'm not going to tell you his name.
Well, both of you ended up at the same game. You know, you took different paths to get here.
He refed some of the games when I was coaching, and it's interesting that you see some of the folks you went to school with
and
doing that.
Of course, now you're one of the big broadcasters.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Well, we're smaller than we have been. We've lost weight. We're not as big as well, no, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Which way are you looking?
I was looking at those radio announcers down there. But you can't see them, so we better not say anything about them.
It's third down and a bunch. They need 13, actually, at their own 47-yard line. Play fake to Carter. Blakeney fires it upfield, complete. Almost maybe the same play, except the other side of the field. Billy Elder, it's the same result, Mary.
It really was, and Elder did a good job of picking the ball up. It was thrown just a tad low. But Blakeney's arm was so strong that ball just stayed on the line right in there.
I was just sitting here with that crowd shot of the Kannapolis side. If you go to the restroom, you may never get back. Or you go to the concession stand, you may not ever get back tonight.
You may have to order ahead, call ahead.
I don't hate to be a Domino's pizza boy tonight. At the 37-yard line, Barnes skips to the outside. 33-yard line, he'll go down. Good individual move to get about 5. It was Houston Rogers on the stop from the backer position. Houston, a junior. We're talking about the Concord defense. Cannon and Miller are seniors. And that's it.
That should make you feel pretty good as a coach to know you're going to have 9 youngsters coming back next year.
Got 2 sophomores and the rest are juniors. One set back, and they'll send one man in motion. Here's the give to Barnes. Bumped in the backfield. He'll lose it. Well, you can do that in the NFL, maybe, but not this time. David Diamond says, okay, it's a good try.
Heck yeah.
And Dino Miller, 72, pleading his case to the official.
Yeah, he's just down there lawyering.
I'll tell you one thing, you got Dino and Tommy Gilmore. That's 500 pounds, 6'3". Well, that would be 12'6", wouldn't it?
Some big youngsters right there. Now, what was it that Coach Mitt was talking about how small his team was?
Yeah. Well, you got smallest guy, 6'1", 185 over the defensive front.
I think he was sandbagging a little bit there, Coach.
Oh. Yeah, we're getting near Christmas. You got to be a good boy.
I'll tell you what. Like I said, my biggest problem was I used to believe him.
Third down and 8 out of the gun this time. Blakeney, plenty of time. Wait for his receivers to get downfield. Fires upfield. Oh, what a hit. Defensive play there. Elder had it and really took up on Matt Walters, the spider back there. One of the 3 white shirts in the vicinity.
That ball was almost caught, but the big hit came up to knock the ball and the man loose right there.
Elder knows how a pinball machine feels.
He really does.
Or a pinball in the machine. Wonders going to be forced to punt. Blakeney is picking him good in practice. We'll have to turn it away. Concord doesn't have anybody back on 4th down. They need 8. And they took as much time as they could. I think Mo and the Wonders are wanting to get 5 yards deeper. They'll have a little bit better angle.
Well, they didn't mind giving up the 5 yards because he can kick it in the end zone from where he's at. We saw him doing that, warming up. The thing was, they were hoping they could draw Concord offside at the same time.
That would give you a 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 8. Possibly change things around a little bit. Blakeney has been consistent all year long. And the punting department. Concord still doesn't have anybody back deep. Mo will get it underway at about the midfield marker. And kicks it high. It turns over. Kicks and will die. That's what you draw it up on the chalkboard at the 2-yard line.
It really is. He couldn't have run down there and laid it down and done any better job with it than that.
Maybe the disadvantage of not having anybody back in that situation.
If they hadn't taken the 5-yard penalty, where would the ball be?
At the 20. At the 20. Even I knew that, Coach.
Oh, well, I was just sitting here paying attention.
No score in case you just joined us here in the first half. It's 7:45 and running in the second quarter. And the Spiders are pinned deep. They've got to protect it right now. I'm sure Coach Smith has told Robinson and his teammates about that. Back in the 2, you don't want to lose it. He almost got caught in the end zone, but somehow gets to the 6. The Wonders were coming in a hurry, and they almost got him back there at the goal line. Your efforts a little bit. Now you can get your backfield out of the end zone.
I think so. And Concord's offense is designed where if you are in a situation like this, you're not in too bad a shape because their quarterback does run the football quite a bit.
Robinson with the quickness. The Wonders with the quickness on defense. Big and quick and strong. Boy, they get better every year. Carr is just sandwiched that time. Belcher came through. Hutch Smith, number 52, there as well. Quentin Carr, 665 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into tonight's ball game. He's really the leading rusher on both teams.
He really has played well this year. And right now, like I said, the defensive line's kind of winning the war of attrition up front.
Ball is just shy of the 8-yard line. 3rd down. They'll run it out of the ball this time for the first time, kind of like a full line offense. And the Wonder defense stacks them again. 46, Steve McKnight, the linebacker, got Damon.
I don't know if well, they're making a wholesale change right now. Coach Smith came in there and had Douglas linebackers in there in the wishbone.
Number 22 is going to come on to kick it for the Concord Spiders, and that is Matt Walters. He plays the Spider back on defense and gets off relatively short kick this time, depending on the bounce. It does take a Concord roll and go dead at their own 35-yard line. I'm sure if Matt would have had it to do over again, he would have. That's his first punt of the night. He's got some jitters out there as well.
Well, it really does, and that's a heck of a thing to have to kick your first punt out of the end zone. That puts a lot of pressure on anybody, but it does give Kannapolis good field position right here.
Excellent field position. 5.5 to go. The clock running. You look at the Wonder cheerleaders. There's the Concord defense, and believe it or not, about 10,000 people surrounding all of this. I don't know why people get so excited over this. Do you?
I was that little oblong ball.
Big key here, the closing moments of the first half. Can the Wonders punch it in? Can anybody punch it in? It doesn't look like it there as Dino Miller just closed it down quickly. Elder with no place to roam.
Miller, he put him on to play tonight. He really has come to play. He's the only senior on that line right there, and he's going to have his. Well, I said that he's the only one. Cannon's another one there. They're going to get their money's worth tonight as seniors.
Dino looks like he's doing the Bubba Smith play, sorting everybody out and finding the running back. That'll force the Wonders. They'll go into the shotgun this time. Blakeney looking. Got about 5 guys out. He'll throw it on the fly. It will be picked up at the 1-yard line. They're battling for the football, but I think the officials already called it. And a great defensive grab. I think we'll get a chance to see that.
It really was, because that ball was almost caught by the offense right there.
Number 80, Tyson Black, the corner, gives the defense a much-needed break. Blakeney with a good toss. Just good all around for everybody.
Black did a good job of just going up and reaching for the football and stretching and making the interception right there.
And of course, the Wonder receiver to play defensive back.
Well, let's see. Concord started on the 2 last time. They're going to start on the 1 this
That is
time.
about as close as you can get. Robinson got to be real careful. He'll get it to the 2. That seems like that's a vacation now when they come up to the line
That's
again.
not what you call the best field position in the world, is it?
No, sir. Tony Jones, the nose guard for Kannapolis. First one there, obviously. The bank is full with fans tonight.
The thing that makes it so tough here, Randy, is if they hold you here also, you know that you're probably going to have to punt the football out of the end zone.
Well, they need a first down. I don't think they can run the clock out here. Man, you can hear it up here. Damon was collared at about the 4 or 5 yard line. The green shirts were coming. And I guess they can kind of know, Larry, what's coming. You know, Concord's not as apt to pitch it.
No, mostly we're going to see the ball go straight up the field, but the thing is, if he could suck it in there, we might see him throw it.
Well, let's see what happens. 3rd down coming up.
It's a little bit risky.
3rd and 6. Quick count. Robinson play fake. He'll roll it. Trying to get some yardage. He'll have the first down and then some. One Wonder has an angle. He cuts back. Can he take it all the way? I believe he's going to go 95 yards. And if it had been 98, I don't think it would have made
He
it.
might have run out of gas if he had to go 98, but that was, I hope we can see that again. That's an individual, just great effort. There were a couple of real key blocks down there, though.
2:48 left first half. The Spiders have jumped on the board. There's a key block right there.
Those 2 right there set it up, and he outruns
Number 17, Gary Brown.
right there, and then Gary was blocked.
And Scott Beaver, the defensive end, couldn't catch him. 3 plays, 99 yards with a 95-yard touchdown run. The kick is up, and it's good. Kenny Robinson, the man of the moment, right down. 2:49 left, first half. 7-0, Spiders on top. If you had been lulled to sleep on this one, suddenly the Giant has awakened.
It really has. And we talked about, you and I talked about before the game, that this could be a game that the big plays really played a big role in it. That's about as big a play as you're going to see. A 98-yard run. They don't get much bigger than that.
Easy Smith knows now the job is not finished, as Blakeney, one of the deep backs, waiting the Spider kickoff. And he's capable of doing the exact same thing if they kick it to him. It will be Blakeney, I believe. Now we got penalty markers upfield. That'll stop everything. I hope everybody hears the whistle. That's when you can really get hurt.
Well, it really is, and sometimes it's difficult to hear that whistle when you're on the kickoff team.
Somebody was offsides. I don't even see the flag.
I don't either. I don't know where they dropped it at, but they're calling Concord off evidently, Randy.
Yep, they'll have to kick it from the 35-yard line. Stay tuned, we've got a spectacular halftime performance coming up by both bands for you at halftime.
How about going to get me a drink at halftime?
Hey, no way. I almost didn't make it back last year.
If you go down there this year, you may not make it back.
No, I think it was a playoff game I didn't make it back from last year. It was over here. I took a couple other stops along the way, but
Well, I noticed everybody knows you over here, so you have to stop and sign those autographs. And
Time flies when you're having fun. They'll kick it deep this time, away from Blakeney. It'll be fielded this time at the 20. After the 30, 35, 37-yard line, Billy Elder with the return. That's where the Wonders, who have 2:42 to go, down by 7. And it's been a while since we have set that.
it really has. But they've been behind a couple of times this year. Yeah, and came back.
7 points weren't decided. If it does, I'll be real surprised.
Oh, I will too. I say they've been behind a couple of times. They weren't ever behind at Central, were they? They played close, but I don't think they were behind.
They were.
Well, they were, weren't they? Yeah, they sure were right until the end of the game.
One step back, they'll go to Barnes this time. Trying to get around the corner, and the Spider defense comes in. Boy, they make some hits. Dino Miller is playing out of his helmet tonight.
He really is. He is just really getting around the football, playing a super football game right now.
I tell you, Marcus Kroom and Clark and Stafford and Gray and Clowney and even Ford, the tight end, they got their hands full tonight. Well, they gave him a yard on it. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Carter hit at the line of scrimmage. I'll give you another guess. It's the other dynamic duo.
Gilmore. And I tell you, he just stood his man up and made the stick right there. So both of those tackles, they're just getting really super play right now out of the two defensive tackles. You know, when people looked at the rosters at the beginning of the year, I'm sure they didn't give Concord a lot of hope for being this far along with as young a team as they've got. But Coach Smith's done a great job of blending them together.
There's one guy and a few other coaches over there who did get it. And the kids believing in themselves, and now they're in the big hunt right now. 3rd down, Blakeney goes with the fake, and he'll try to get around the corner, gets out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Gerald Cannon, defensive end, stopped him over there. It'll be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down. 1:01 left in the first half. They need 4 yards, so certainly they're going to kick it away right now. Blakeney back to punt. Concord, once again, does not have anyone deep. Z is saying, well, we talked about it on Headliners. You aren't going to fumble it, that's for sure.
But no, they're just going to take the ball wherever it comes dead.
Blakeney with a good kick. Turns over and gets a wonder roll. Will go dead at the 17-yard line. So with 50 seconds left, the Spiders still got a little bit of time to do something here. Leading 7-0. Courtesy of a 95-yard touchdown run by Kenny Robinson on 3rd down. He just took it around the right side.
I suppose if people came in the game wondering how he would play as a sophomore, now they know.
Don't think he's sophomore now. He was almost a junior.
He just became one of the big guys now.
He's almost a junior, and after that run, he's gone to a senior eligibility. Kind of some equipment problems, I believe.
Well, they are. I don't know if Coach Smith can get the play called or what he wants to do. They really don't have to run one now.
Well, Concord has called a timeout. 25 seconds left in the first half. They lead 7-0.
Well, I say they don't have to run one. We're going to take a break here.
Yep. Okay. The man would love to stay out there and play this game. He's played it before.
And he could probably still play it.
Robinson just goes to one knee as the Spiders are going to be very happy and I'm sure very satisfied to go in at halftime with a 7-0 lead.
You know, I'm a little bit surprised because Kannapolis has their timeouts that they don't go ahead and stop the clock here, but they are wanting to go in and probably get things. I don't know what they've got to adjust. That 98-yard run was just a real athletic run.
We'll see what adjustments will be made. They'll go to the dressing room. Thunderous ovation from both sides as they head to the locker room. The cannon goes off. That officially is in the first half here at Memorial Stadium. 7-0. Concord on top. Stay with us. We've got a great halftime show coming up. Nothing. Concord leads, and a lot of folks on hand for this one, including a very special place, maybe the best seat in the house. And earlier, we had a chance to talk to folks responsible on the far side of the field.
Memorial Stadium. We're on this thing called, I don't know what it's called. What is it called, Barry?
Plumber's Perch.
Plumber's Perch?
Yeah, that's what we go with since y'all named it.
And
y'all named it.
We've heard it called Plumber's Perch. We heard it called PTL, Plumber's Tower of Lights. And this week I heard it called the Skybox, the Kannapolis Skybox. You guys built this thing. You got a good view here. Probably the best view in the stadium. What kind of adversity did you run into building this thing, Barry?
Well, we had a lot of adversities. First, we got a new fence. Put up the old fence was only 6 foot and had to tear it down and move it back and put up a 10-foot high fence. Then we had to move the deck and build a whole new deck.
Buster, what about you?
Well, it was a little rough. Barry's brother who used to coach with us on one of the football teams, had got burned up, and we went down there and cut wood all day, and then we had to have this thing down by the first of the week. We come up here and tore it down then, so we had a pretty rough time. But we made it.
I noticed behind us, one of your neighbors has put up a scaffold. I know you can't see it from the camera there, but is the stadium officials, is the Kannapolis school officials, is it a problem with them? Does this bother them?
Well, at first, it seemed like it kind of intimidated them, but we tried hard, to maintain a good level, and I think, they kind of go with us now. And as long as you don't have any trouble, I don't see any reason.
We've been over here televising these football games for some 5 or 6 years now. I believe we counted this season, we've done over 100 television games or programs of the football games, and every time we look forward to coming to Kannapolis so we can see what you've added. You guys have had lights over here, you've had grills fired up, cooking, you've got lounge chairs. I mean, this is a home away from home.
Yeah, we've had a request for horseshoe pits, but that'd probably be like in the playoffs or something we might work towards that.
I bet that request come from Randy Wilson and yours truly.
Well, some guy plays softball with us, yeah.
One-legged guy. Okay, we getting the word down. We're going to have to go. You got any closing comments? Who's going to win the ball game?
Kannapolis. They're going to go a long way this year. If they keep their head up, they might win it all again.
You want to predict the score tonight?
I say it's going to be 21-7 Kannapolis.
Okay, that's Buster Plummer's comments. Let's go to Barry Earwood. Barry, what's your comments on tonight's game?
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans?
Yeah.
Northwest, man.
Northwest. But I'd say, I hope Kannapolis will win. They ought to. They have, I believe, a better ball club. But if Concord's fired up, a couple quick blows might blood it at nose.
It definitely should be a good ball game. We appreciate you guys' hospitality. You do truly have the best seat in the house, and we're looking forward to coming over here again.
Y'all coming up again?
Okay.
I won't come back.
Okay, thank you guys, and back to you, Randy and Larry.
That was then. There it is now. Boy, I tell you, you can't get much better than that, can you?
No, you can't.
We're ready to go here with the second half as Concord gets it. And we'll get good running room out to the 26-yard line. While we have a second, I guess we want to thank Buster and all those guys. I don't know what kind of food they got, but I think you can smell the grill cooking from over here right now.
Well, they could go into another entity there, Randy, and start selling food. Just drive by and pick it up. On the go.
Kannapolis, Concord each with 5 possessions in the first half. Kannapolis ran 26 plays, Concord 22, and the best start for either team was Kannapolis. They're on the Concord 31 and Concord on their own 31 as we're ready to go here on 1st and 10. Robinson will give it a Carr, and he's got a pretty good chunk of yardage out to the 33-yard line. Maybe between plays we'll have the chance to take a look at those first half stats for you.
With the quick opener right there, the thing I think we're going to see, Randy, is what kind of adjustments the coaches made, and as the stats come up here, who's going to get the better of it this half?
Pretty even balance as far as 100 yards. 1 turnover for the Wonders. We'll check Concord after this play. On second down, they'll toss it this time. Carr, the quick running back, gets out around the 39, 40-yard line. Good yardage on the second down. That'll be enough to move the sticks. Concord. Well, you see 115 yards, 95 of it came on one play.
It did, and they've got 150 total yardage, so the game right now is about as close as the score indicates. 7-0 game.
Turnovers, penalties really didn't hurt either team.
No, they haven't. The game's been really, that first half went quickly. It was really cleanly played.
Concord with a key possession here to open up the second half. 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll go this time on the right side for about 3 yards. See what kind of adjustments they made at the break.
I don't know, but it looks like Concord may be looking to give Carr the ball just a little bit more and hit those quick openers in there.
Concord rushing for nearly 195 yards a game. Kannapolis almost 180 yards a game through the first 9. As Robinson tosses complete. Tyson Black midfield, and depending on where they spot it, the flanker, the sophomore with a nice catch.
One thing that Concord saw evidently when they were putting their game plan together was that they could hit that 8 to 10 yard pass and get in that little seam if they could freeze the linebackers with the play fake. And they're really doing a super job of that right now.
Another first down for the black and gold. They'll mark it at the 49 of A.O. Brown. 9:45 to go. Third period. Spiders up by 7. And somebody moved. That'll cost Concord about 5.
It will. Well, like I said, it's been a fairly mistake-free game, but that's going to cost them 5 here.
So back on the other side of the 50 to go to the 46 of Concord. Offensively, coming into tonight's game, Concord averaging almost 23 points a game. Kannapolis 31. And both teams giving up really an extra point and a touchdown. Concord 6.5 a game, Kannapolis 4.3. So maybe we suspected a low scoring as Jake Graham tries to kind of spin off the pile, but nothing doing.
I was just looking at your sheet here, Randy, your play sheet, or chart, and Concord started what? 1 senior on offense or 2?
I had that. Glad you asked.
I was just looking.
2 seniors.
2 seniors.
6 juniors, 3 softs. On the delay, Wonders, somebody stayed home. I believe it was Steve McKnight, 46, just to name one. And Carr had nowhere to rumble.
He didn't, and as the Kannapolis defense right there saw that play coming and snuffed it out. But what I was going to say is we got a lot of young kids playing this ball game on both teams, so we're going to see it again.
Tonight on defense, Concord only started 4 seniors total. Kannapolis started 12. On offensive defense as the Spiders faced with 3rd and long at their own 43-yard line. Let's run it out of the rear this time. Graham gets the call. Good block in the line of scrimmage midfield, and somebody got him, or he probably would have had the first down and then some. The quickness of Jay Graham, the sophomore.
Really is a lot. And you know what? A couple of those are running backs. Carr's a junior, Robinson's a sophomore, and Graham's a sophomore, so he's got quite a few. Nancy that comes in and Damien comes in are both sophomores, so he's just got a back full of sophomores.
It'll be 4th down, punting time for the Spiders. High kick, beauty. Fielded, and there's a little bit of opening, a seam down the line. 1 man, it may be 6. Here goes Gary Lipscomb to take it all the way. No flags, and no flags. Larry Mason, 2 big plays, and this one's almost tied.
If we get the extra point, we're going to see it right here. It's almost like Lipscomb delays right here.
It's like somebody just missed an assignment. Nobody there. Look at the blocker. That man right there had the shot, and then Lipscomb was gone. Shades of Reggie Wells, wasn't it?
It really was, as he got in the wall right there.
Atkins will kick. Blakeney to it. Hold on the extra point to try to knot it. It's down. Kick is up. And we're tied. 7:32 to go in the 3rd period.
V13.
Randy, as we come back to this kickoff with a new ball game, 7-7, we've talked about the big plays playing the key in the ball game. Both touchdowns have been big plays, and the way both defenses are playing, it could end up being the whole night being a game of big plays.
Special teams. Well, nobody said anything about it this week.
We didn't talk much about the special teams, but you know that they're there, and you know that both teams work hard on that.
Well, it's tied hardly before the folks who were out in the concession areas had a chance to get back to their seats. On the reverse, here's Damon. Wonders stayed home. 26, James Carter on the stop. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line for the Concord's bodies as they come onto the field.
Both offenses have put some good plays together and they've had some good field position. And of course, other than that 95-yard run that I was calling a 98-yard run, I stand corrected. It was 95.
He ran 98.
It wouldn't have mattered 3 more yards though. Like you say, he might have gotten slowed down a little bit then. But
Kenny stopped 3 yards in the end zone. That was all we could go.
But the defenses seem to be outplaying both offenses just a little bit right now.
Here's to get to Graham, trying to cut it out of the rear to the 25 and pick up a 3. That fired the Kannapolis side up, and we're back where we started.
It did, and I think the key with the ball game here, other than the big plays that we were talking about, maybe other than the special team, is whether either offense can find that key to putting a sustained drive together.
Second down, offensive line. You're about as close as you can get. Toss it. Good catch by Carr. Look at him go. First down, out of bounds in front of the Spider bench. And I believe we got a penalty or perhaps close to one. There is a flag.
There was a late flag that came in. It could be a clip from where it came from. It's hard to tell.
Needless to say, you don't need to be clipping that far upfield because he's out of bounds. That's a major one. That'll hurt Concord's efforts this drive.
It will, and like you say, that clip probably came after, or I know that it came behind the play, and probably after that play had already gone by.
We were talking about penalties being a big part in turnovers. You look at the takeaways on each team this year, virtually even. 25 for Concord's defense, hit 16 fumbles, 9 interceptions, and for Kannapolis, 11 fumble recoveries, 15 interceptions. So that's a sign of good teams when you're getting more than you're giving it up.
Well, I tell you, it really is.
Second down and a bunch. Nice megaphone there, folks. Play fake. Robinson. Pressure. Upfield. Incomplete. The pressure of Scott Belcher, I believe, forced it short. 81, Mike Kennedy, the intended receiver.
That was just going to be a tough throw all the way because he was going to have to throw it as he moved backwards and really could never get set to throw the football.
Give an offensive line for Concord credit tonight. We saw Richard Greer and Jones and Belcher just take some folks to lunch the last couple of weeks, and they have kept them off of Robinson's back tonight.
They really have.
Bill Alsay, one of the juniors up there, at Cougar. Duty, Courtney Harley. 3rd and 16, think the delay. Robinson nowhere to go. Cougar dropped it to 12.
I think what broke that play down was the defense was there, and I think he decided not to go ahead and hand the ball off. Probably a wise decision right there because that could have been a fumble right there if he had.
Uncle Mo is maybe taking a swing toward the green side, and speaking of Mo, the big Mo was back. 2 Mo's, Mo Blakeney and the momentum Turner Lipscomb. In punt receiving formation, high kick. They're going to let it bounce. And it takes a good spider roll. Now they're going to get on it. It's going the other way. 45-yard line. Look at it. 62 for Concord says, okay, the official's not watching. I'm going to move it back a little bit. Raymond Alexander, good try. Let's see where the official spots you.
Trying to fake him out a little bit here.
No, he didn't do it. He spotted it where he should have, I believe. Wonder defense gets a rise from the fans as they come off to the field. And now the offense for Kannapolis side at the 45-yard line. Out of the I formation. Toss it this time, Barnes. Good hit.
They were trapping just a little bit right there, Randy, on the outside, trying to run the outside veer with a trap.
And the man who made the tackle is shaken up on the play, 72, Dino Miller. And he's going to get back and get into the huddle, but...
well, I'll tell you, you'd have to break Dino's leg to keep him out tonight, and he may not still stay out.
4 minutes, 40 seconds to go, third period. The officials have held up time momentarily. We're all knotted at 7. Kannapolis was 2nd and 9, and now they're going to get David Damon, the linebacker, off the field. I think he's got a strap problem there. And let's see who they're going to bring in. 66 will take Damon's position. That is Chip Thomas. A lot of substitutions.
I'm not sure it's equipment with the Damien as much as it is they were checking him over there. Maybe he got a hit in the head.
Or count some fingers, maybe. Carter, quick hitter, maybe a yard, possibly two. Take your pick. Houston Rogers and Jamie Udi, the sophomore nose guard.
Whatever it was, he's coming back in now, so.
The winner gets bragging rights for another year. The Bell will be in their possession. And the South Piedmont Conference Championship. Well, I tell you, this is just a classic ending to a regular season between these two programs.
It really is. And I tell you, I heard somebody else mention this may be the closest both teams have been matched in a long time.
Blakeney fakes it to Carter. Now tries to reverse his field. Hemmed in. Gets a good block, but Concord doesn't give up, and they get him for a loss. David Damon, excuse me. Got him back at the 45-yard line. Damon kept coming, and Blakeney finally ran out of real estate.
They did, but the youngster that made him turn around and reverse his field right there was Miller. Miller took his man all the way down the line of scrimmage and just wouldn't let Blakeney turn it up the field and had to turn around right there and reverse his field.
Blakeney will have to kick him now on 4th down. Concord does have a man back this time at about the 8-yard line. And I believe that is Canada. And with that, Kannapolis calls the timeout. 3:17 left to go in the third period. Stadium, along with Larry Mason, Randy Whitley, and about 10,000 other fans on hand for the battle between Kannapolis and Concord. It is 4th down. Canada is deep. Blakeney with all the time in the world. He gets it high this time, angling toward the sidelines. It'll hit. Takes a good roll. Can they do it again? After 2. That's 2 tonight. Blakeney's killed at the 2-yard line.
That's about as good as you could ask for right there. Kicking the ball, get it to roll over and roll dead right there. It's not like Concord hadn't been there before, and I would imagine that Kannapolis will remember that this time.
I think they'll have to be waiting on a 95-yard run by Robinson. You're looking at fumbles. You want to protect the ball down here. Kannapolis has fumbled 12 times this year, lost 12, and Concord has fumbled 15. So, but here in the last couple of games, as they go down the stretch, probably been protecting it a little bit better. They'll give it to Graham. He spins out. Good move out to the 6.
Got flags on it, Randy. I don't know exactly what these will be.
Elder, Beaver, and others were there on the stop.
I think we're counting in. I think Kannapolis maybe had too many on the field.
They may have had 12.
I think they did.
So needless to say, the Spiders will get a big break as they'll take the penalty yardage and it'll move it all the way out to the 17-yard line.
And if somebody doesn't come off the field, they still have 12. There he goes. Well, that's a good play if you can get away with it. I tried to get away with that one as many as I could. 12's a lot better than 11.
Tony Jones says,
good even number.
I bring Jones the nose guard out on this play. I don't think Tony will be out long. 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. A good shot of the sophomore quarterback. Outstanding talent there. And Carr, so low and so quick to the ground, just picks his way out across the 20 that time.
You know, we're getting to that point in the game, 2 minutes left to go in this quarter, and as we go into the fourth quarter, I think we'll see either coach try anything that might cost him this football game now. If the big play breaks, it's going to be because of the athletic ability of the player that does it.
Well, we've had 2 great athletic plays in this game, and nothing's been decided. Carr again hits the middle spinning, and the pursuit, the Wonder interior line there. Now, we talked about the defensive line tonight for Concord. We haven't said much about the linebacker play for either team. Mark Carter and McKnight on the Wonder side. Houston Rogers, David Damon, they have really bottled the passing game up on defense.
Well, they really have. And on Kannapolis defense, when you're playing that 5 fronter, your linebackers, you really highlight your linebackers in that. And Carter and McKnight, you know that they play super for the Kannapolis defense right there.
Fred Carter was in on the last play, and now McKnight back in at backer. There's the toss. Carr, good running room out across the 30 to the 32-yard line before he's bumped off his feet.
And just as we say something there, the linebackers got caught up inside just a little bit there. And that was one thing that helped that play break outside.
And the their own 2, and now they've got just like a vacation in the Bahamas here after their own 33-yard line. Down to 1 minute exactly left in the third period. It's all tied at 7. Nobody's left this one. I'm not sure if everybody's got here yet.
I don't think so. This game has really moved along as far as getting over with. And if it goes into overtime, we may be here to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Don't do that. They're just trying to play, and as Easy said on Headliners, we're going to run it until you stop it. And Carr once again out to the 36, 37-yard line. It's getting 4 and 5 yards a crack, so go to it.
I think that may have been a challenge Wednesday night to his players and also to Kannapolis that we're going to run the football if we can.
Yep. They've done a pretty good job of it.
They have, and they've mixed the passing game in. It'll be interesting to see if he's gone away from his passing game here. I don't think he has. I think we'll see that he'll pick up that very selective time and pass. This wouldn't be a bad place for him, Randy.
Down to 8 seconds to go. Final play, perhaps, of the third period. Well, they tried something different, and it didn't work. As about 3 or 4 shirts. Hutch Smith leading the way. Jones and Grant there as well. We've completed 3 at Memorial Stadium. I hope you can hear me, folks. Fans are having a battle. Who's going to yell the loudest? There are all kinds of little games going on out here tonight.
36 minutes, and it's all even.
3rd and 8. Robinson rolls. Getting some pressure. Upfield. Cuts catch. Spiders first down. 47-yard line. Canada with some good hands.
That was just a good throw and catch right there. Robinson did a good job under pressure to get that football off. And the things they've thrown tonight have really been on the money.
The 6', 160-pound junior with 11 catches coming into tonight's game. That's 3 I know of tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, I haven't got the stats in front of me, but they've completed a lot more than they missed.
That looks good for the Spiders now. They'll give it to Carr, and he's bumped right at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got in there, fixed it up. I believe it was Scott Belcher, the sophomore defensive tackle.
You know, this quarter won't go too far, Randy, before we're going to get down to nail-biting time. But who's going to make a mistake?
I don't have any to bite yet.
Where are the big plays coming from?
Yep.
It's even Steven, big guy.
As we played almost 1 minute here in the fourth period. There will be a winner. 2nd and 8. 48-yard line. Graham with the call, maybe midfield.
I think the adjustment that Concord made at half, it looks pretty obvious that they decided they were going to come out and try to run the football just a little bit more and running that hard dive. Robinson's not running it quite as much.
Gary Brown has checked out Robert Combs in the secondary at the corner position. It looks like he's playing back there at safety. Here's the toss, this time short side. Graham looking for the hole. He's got the first down to the Wonder 40-yard line. 41, they'll spot it officially.
Just a quick toss right there, and they did a good job of sealing on that side. Ran it into the sideline right there and sealed it and got enough for the first down. This drive started on the 2-yard line, and this has been the longest, the most sustained drive we've had tonight.
Didn't take Robinson long to run 95.
Well, I was going to say, it couldn't be the longest, but it's been the most sustained. It may end up being the longest.
1st and 10, 40. Robinson with a keeper for about 3 that time. McKnight on the stop along with Jones for Kannapolis. And we played 2 minutes of the fourth period. Down inside, 10 minutes to go, clock running. There's E.Z. Smith on the sidelines. And a young man right beside him, 72, has played his heart out tonight. Dino Miller.
Just super effort.
These guys are in shape. Nobody's getting tired tonight.
The one thing I know that Mike Lambert, the defensive coordinator, probably is a little concerned about right now is nobody's taking the ball and probably driven it against Kannapolis like this.
Statesville scored on some big plays. Well, we saw a drive South Rowan came out early in the year, first game of the season. Here's Carr. And you keep running it long enough, Larry, eventually with that much dangerous running back like Quentin Carr, the junior in the backfield, he's going to break it.
Well, he will, and also they're hitting one of those quick hitters. Oh, we're going to have 3rd down and about 3 right here. So we'll come back and see Robinson. I'd say we're going to see Robinson running, and we're going to see a quick toss again, maybe.
He play right here, 33-yard line. Here's Robinson. He gets it around the corner. He's got the sticks moved to the 28-27-yard line. 74, Richard Greer got him from behind. He was around the football. Also McKnight there. As we tick inside 9 minutes to go.
You take most of those sophomores on Concord's team, hey, most of those guys would have just been finishing JV season last night. Here they are playing in the biggest game they may ever play in.
Congratulations to the Yale Brown Wonder JV team. I think they were undefeated. They beat Concord last night. So they had a whale of a year, so good things coming up really for both sides next year, as if they needed some help.
Well, you can use all you can get.
Spider sideline cheering their approval as they ran the ball down. I think they've got one to shake it up. Maybe Lipscomb, the corner, number 23. Looks like a cramp. Let's hope it's just that, not a serious injury, as the trainer's coming out very quickly. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth period. It's tied at 7. Larry mentioned Barry Lipscomb being helped off. I think it was a case of the cramps, and Atlas needs his presence there on defense.
Well, they really do, and it looked like it might be a little more serious than that, but he's up and moving around pretty well right now.
2nd and 5 for the Spiders. The offensive line is moving, folks, on this drive. At the 23 of A.O. Brown. They give to Graham, and that second effort near the 20.
I think the thing that Kannapolis is going to have to guard against is that quick hitter. They're probably going to move their folks up and say, all right, if you can run the football, just like Easy said, hey, we're going to line up and say, we're going to bring it to you. The thing they've got to guard against and do a little better job of covering is that intermediate pass.
Fans on the edge of their seats now. It's 3rd and 3. Carr with the call. Going to be stopped short, I believe. Right at the 20, just inside it. Belcher with a pretty good pop.
He got an initial first good step in the first block right there, but then the hole closed real quick.
4th down and more than a foot here, that's for sure. About 2, I think. They need to get right inside the 18-yard line. Spiders, no signal from the bench. They're going on it. The way their offensive line is moving, they got to feel confident they can move it 2 yards. And you haven't lost anything if you don't make it. Now Robinson sees how Kannapolis' defense lines up, and he'll call a timeout. So 7:01 left, 4th period. 4th down and 2 coming up for Concord when we come back. Intensity is a good word to describe that. Man is thinking what's going on right now, but certainly thinking what's going to happen later.
Well, he's been in this situation quite a few times, so there's Coach Smith. He's also been in this situation, so they're not newcomers.
4th down at the 20. They line it up quickly, and they'll go with a toss on the reverse, and it's going to be close. The second effort gets it. Tyson Black on the flanker around. And he gets out of bounds.
It looked like that play was going to be stopped, Randy, and then, like you say, the second effort carried it through, and there was a big block right up in there that got him on the corner.
I see some ratings on the Concord side over there where they're holding out the matter as 9s, 10s, or not sure. Degree of difficulty was pretty tough. 1st and 10. Spiders in position, threatening. Toss, Carr, coming wide side of the field. Oh, what a hit. There's a loose foot call. The official has marked it dead at the point of tackle, 12-yard line. Maybe a quick whistle.
Maybe so. You know, that was just one of those that it's really kind of hard to tell, but the whistle had already blown.
Tough hit. Tough hit.
It really was. You could see that one coming all the way from up here. We have one of the best seats in the house, and we knew that was coming.
All right, watch it
here
again.
Here it is again.
Boom. The ground calls that one, I believe. He was on the ground. Good call by the official.
They've done a good job tonight as far as...
they haven't called a little silly penalty.
No, so let the kids play. That's what I've liked about it.
We're down to 6 minutes to go in the 4th period. Concord, deepest penetration. And now they're a little bit confused, and they'll call another timeout. So 2 quick timeouts here in the last minute or so by the Spiders with 5:59 to go.
Well, that's going to leave them, that's not going to leave them the timeouts that they might want to have late in the game. But the other thing is, they know they may not get the football back down here. And the other thing, Randy, what are they on? They're on the 12. If they don't get the first down here, they've got to be thinking field goal right here.
Yeah, they're definitely in field goal range.
And come away from here with some points. The thing they don't want to do is come out of here with no points.
Really, if you score on an extra point, the spot on the tee is at the 10, so they're only 2 yards past where they normally would kick a extra point attempt. So definitely that is a possibility.
Well, I think that probably Coach Smith, he's thinking, let's put this ball in the end zone and get it done. But it also, I'm sure there's that other thought of let's don't mess it up here and fumble it and lose it. They've had the ball the entire fourth quarter. There's 5:59, 6 minutes, basically. So we played 6 minutes. Kannapolis says you have to have football in 6 minutes.
Mike Lambert, defensive coordinator, coming off the field for Kannapolis. E.Z. Smith coming off the field for the Spiders. Second out and 7. They'll go wide side. Wonders stringing out. They'll stop him for maybe a loss on the play. As Houston Rogers, who had checked into the backfield, normally a starting backer, the junior comes in. Maybe a little bit more size in the backfield.
I think so, but I don't think it gives you the deception. Maybe they were getting in there in this. You pretty much know where the football is going.
They'll give it to David Damon. Stopped at the 11. Tony Jones on the stop. No huddle, the quick...
Well, I think they were just trying to catch Kannapolis, probably not set. But the thing here, like I say, they're in this offense. Kannapolis knows where the football is coming. It's just a matter of who can bully who around now.
And that could be a serious injury. Let's hope it's not serious. Damon, I believe the ball carrier, shaken up. I saw a 4.
Well, it looks like he's got one ankle heavily taped, and we'll check on that while we go away for a break right here.
5:17 left, fourth period. Lengthy time on the ground. They wanted to make sure, Larry.
Well, they did, and he had an ankle heavily taped, and they cut that tape off, and he's going over on the bench. I don't know if we'll see him again tonight. He's awful tender on that ankle.
I don't believe it. 4th down and 6. And they're going for it. No field goal. Throw the tee out the window. Play fake. Robinson tosses in zone. Touchdown, Spiders. Clint Boss.
That's why they're going for it right there, Randy.
A Concord side has gone nuts.
They would have just a big, super big play. They don't get any bigger than that one. I don't know if we'll roll this one again, but just a super big catch right here. Right there it is, right over the middle.
And Combs did all he could do. 21 plays, 98 yards, and that is a very big missed extra point right there. 5:05 to go. As we said, 21 plays, 98 yards, and the Spiders lead by 6. But we got a ways to go. E.Z. Smith, one execution. Kenny Robinson and Clint Boss. The Spiders, 5 minutes and 5 seconds away from the South Piedmont Conference Championship and bringing that bell back down to the southern end of the county.
All coaches will tell you, Randy, right now, it's gut check time.
The Wonders with 2 timeouts left. Behind for, I believe, only the 3rd time of the season.
It's probably so. The biggest, I think the most impressive thing in that drive that Concord just had, besides the fact they went 98 yards, was the fact they got the ball with 3 minutes to go, left to go in the 3rd quarter, and kept it until 5 minutes and 5 seconds left to go now. The other team can't score if they don't have the football.
You figure that's what, 7, 10 minutes, over 10 minutes? Boy, that's incredible.
It really is.
That's a Clemson Tiger drive, Danny Ford days, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if Danny would have thrown it that many times.
Yeah, that's true. Be a short kick. Taken at the 17-yard line. Elder out to the 34, 35-yard line. Well, that offense certainly should be rested for Kannapolis. They've been on the field, or on the sidelines, most of the second half.
Well, it may be a little too much rest right here. They've had time to cool off now, but we're going to see.
Clock running.
And also, Damien is not going to be in there, it looks like. I don't see him now, so we're going to see how much that hurts him at that linebacker spot, Randy.
You've got Ray Massey in there, number 13, along with Houston Rogers, the backers. Walters the spider back. Out of the eye, play fake. Blakeney with all kinds of time. Now dumps it upfield. It's going to be picked off. Concord with the interception. Ray Massey, who has just come in, picks it off and returns it to the Kannapolis 42-yard line. And things are looking real good right now for the black and gold.
Well, I guess Mr. Massey just answered my question right quickly, didn't he?
He was in a crowd. Blakeney with a little bit of pressure at the end. Threw it in a crowd. And Massey stepped up, played the ball perfectly. Now Concord will just take their time. As we're down to 4:15 to go, the clock running. And they've got the second clocks in the end zones telling them how much time they've got to get the play. And you know they're going to milk it for every second. Here's Carr. Busting it. Good yardage. He'll have a first down, I believe, to the Wonder 31-yard line.
I tell you, Carr has carried the ball, I think, about 14 times now this half. And he just seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
Next week, of course, 8 o'clock, we'll have Headliners Playoff Edition. Bruce Hart and E.Z. Smith will be in our studios to talk about the upcoming playoff games. Who was number 1, who was number 2. Right now, Concord has got the inside track on Detroit, the defending South Piedmont Conference, as well as state champions. The A.O. Brown Wonders, defending state champions. Over the last 2 regular seasons, Kannapolis has won, 15 straight conference games. That's in jeopardy right now.
It really is. Of course, it's not over till it's over. It's over, and the big plays could still come apart. But the thing that Concord has done this half is settle down and be able to put some consistency in their offense together.
Second down and short. Robinson keeps. He'll have the first. McKnight on the stop. Down to the Kannapolis 27-yard line. Well, you can't say anything like this. Concord, maybe the younger team, at least the inexperienced team, or the younger of the two, and have lost a couple of games. Look who they played the first of the season. Asheville, 4A school, lost to East Meck in overtime by 6 points, and they've won 7 straight. They're not an underdog. This is not an upset. It's just a great win.
Well, it's been a great football game.
Robinson keeps it. What a move. Cuts it to the outside. This could be the nail in the coffin. Watch it again, Larry.
And the cut right here, once he made that initial cut, I tell you, he's just made some great athletic moves tonight.
3 plays, 42 yards. E.Z. Smith says, let's go for 2, you heard him. And they're going to call a timeout. It comes with 3:15 to go. So in the last less than 2 minutes, the Spiders have gone from 7-7 to lead by 12. Look at 2, we missed 1. Trying to make it up. It's going to make it as tough as they can on the arch rival A.L. Brown Wonders. And it is McKnight who's wrestling Robinson to the ground. 12 points. He's a big lead right now. Concord leading with 3:15 to go, Larry. And we'll remind everybody as we get ready for the kickoff that the winner of the South Piedmont Conference Championship will be at home next week to take on Burns High School out of the Southwestern. Now, Burns finished number 2 in the conference. That's been determined, okay? The loser of tonight's game will be at home. They'll take on probably Lincolnton. Lincolnton with a 7-2 record coming into tonight's game. Or perhaps Fred T. Ford. That's out of the Big Six, kind of like West Caldwell. West Caldwell didn't make it this year.
Well, we had all those coaches standing behind us right here, so they got an eye full tonight. I say we went, 36 minutes with a 7-7. Went a little more than 36. Went about 41 minutes. Well, now with a 12-point lead, it's going to be a lot to overcome because Concord's defense has really played well.
We'll talk about it Wednesday night. Join us live at 8 o'clock. Our playoff edition Headliners. As far as the coverage next week, to be announced, as they say. Squib kick. Kannapolis having a tough time finally gaining control of the 32-yard line as I think it was McKnight finally getting his paws around the football. Neither team, win or lose, they know they have been in a battle tonight And I tell you, these two days, wouldn't this be great if this was the state championship? The caliber, I don't know what's going to happen in the 3A this year, but I don't know the caliber of these two teams matched on the field could be any better.
Well, I tell you, playing anybody else, either team would beat anybody else probably in the state tonight, Randy.
On the delay, they give it to Barnes, trying to catch the defense back of that pass protection, and they got about 3 out of it. It's not over till it's over, but it looks real good right now for the Spiders to win the SBC championship. It's been quite some time.
It really has. This game, I tell you, it ended up being all what it was billed to be.
And they're going to get that bell back, but they can hold on for another 2.5 minutes. It'll be the first time in 3 years that it's exchanged possessions. Blakeney drops the ball. Now looking, he'll throw it as far as he can. He's got a man behind the defense and complete. Touchdown, Kannapolis. Hold the phone. Number 80 making the catch. Rael Brown. Ra Lipscomb. That draws the Wonders to within 6.
That's one that puts you back in the game, too. That puts you back in the game in one play right here.
Maybe he bobbled it by dropping it. Maybe they kind of let up a little bit. Good catch by Ra Lipscomb. And the Wonders have 2 minutes and 11 seconds, so you know they're coming back with the extra point attempt on the onside kick. 2 plays, 67 yards.
Well, you know that, and like you say, sometimes that bobble in the ball, sometimes, like you said, makes people hold up.
Atkins kicks it up. It's good. 2:11 to go in the 4th period. It may not be over with yet.
Well, listen, in 2 minutes, that one didn't take the...
Kannapolis has scored on 2 big plays tonight. Concord does not have any timeouts left. There's 2. The Spiders have scored on the big suspension drive.
Concord doesn't want the clock to stop anyway.
Let's see if they squib it.
I'm not quite so sure they will. The thing they want to do here is they're going to have to be in 3 and out. They're going to have about, what, you can figure a minute and maybe 30 seconds if they can do that left.
Concord doesn't have anybody back deeper than the 25-yard line. Let's see. They squib it. It takes a couple of bounces, and Concord alertly falls on it. They had everybody who had ever touched the ball on offense.
Well, I tell you, the thing that might be smart about that is the clock's not going to start.
Yep.
So there was no time run off the clock at all right here.
Now the defense. They got burnt trying to gamble a while ago, and Robinson burned them and took it in for 6.
They did. I think their defense will still try to gamble here. I think they'll load up and try to stop the running play right here. They may go man for man right here, Randy.
37-yard line. They give it to Carr, and he's bumped right up the line of scrimmage. No gain. Maybe lost a yard. Does Kannapolis call one of their 2 timeouts? No, they're going to let it run. They'll signal it in play. They'll have 25 seconds to get it off. We're down to 1 minute and 35 seconds. Clock running. And the ball has been in play. Their signal ready for play. 1:28. We'll keep you posted. There you have it. Great ball game tonight. I tell you, people who paid that $4 got their money's worth and then some.
All of it.
Robinson hemmed in, stopped at the line of scrimmage. They got to play it next to best, and now the Wonders will use one of the 2 remaining timeouts. 1:13 left. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10, Larry. So one more play, a timeout. They're going to get a shot at it.
Oh, they're going to get the ball back, and, you know, they're going to go deep every time. The Concord's going to have to kick it. The one thing they're not going to want to do is rough the punter. So they'll probably let him go ahead and kick the ball. I would anyway. You might put a little, like you say, pressure on him just to make sure he kicks the football.
How many times we see a block punt play a part in a Kannapolis Concord football game?
Well, it did last year.
Yep.
They played a part in it.
The Wonders a couple of years. I remember 8, 9 years ago when I was doing some radio games. Kannapolis blocked the punt, and then Concord came back. Kannapolis was like they were going in for the win. Z tells this story, different every year. But Concord intercepted in the end zone to seal that victory. That was the year of the post-Ethan Horton era, I believe. So some great games have come down.
Well, against a team other than Kannapolis, you might feel like you had this game put away, but right now I'm sure Concord doesn't feel that way.
Biggest play of the game right now. 3rd and 10. Robinson handing off Carr. Stop for a loss. Kannapolis signals for quickly another timeout. That's their last one. It's 1:08 left. It'll be 4th down. Rowan Grant, one of the guys who remembers last year at Chapel Hill, one of the seniors out there. And he says, I know what it's like to be on top. He's trying to relay that message.
And the thing that Kannapolis is going to do now, it's not, I don't think the timeouts are going to matter because they're going to throw the deep pass. We're going to see it 4 times here. Unless Concord interception.
Matt Walters will have probably the most pressure, not on his shoulders, but on his foot. He's the punter for Concord. Oh, would it be a great time for that young man to maybe, you practice for years and years, to really get the foot into it.
Well, it looks like Kannapolis is going to send everybody but the water boy after it this time.
They showed 10, and we're ready. Low snap. Fielded. Good punt. Blakeney gets away from it. He'll let it bounce. And it takes a spider roll and go dead at the Kannapolis 30. The Wonders cannot tie it with 3. They need a touchdown. 57 seconds and 70 yards away. We saw a 62-yard pass a while ago. Get them back to have a chance. And that's all you want, really.
Well, that's all they want. They wanted this chance right here. That was a big punt right there. A lot of pressure on that youngster to kick the football.
What kind of defense does Easy do now? Does he play it soft?
Well, I tell you, he's got field position now that he can play it a little bit softer, yes.
Out of the gun. And under the gun. The Wonder offense. Blakeney loads it up. Now almost fingers. Trying to get away. He does get away. Now he fires it upfield. It's complete. Scott Rogers inside the 25-yard line. How in the world did he get it off? And Rogers, what a pass.
I'm sitting here and I can't believe the play myself. He stumbled. He was caught.
The clock stops as they move the chains. Kannapolis quickly to the line of scrimmage. We could be seeing a miracle finish.
How he ever saw the receiver, I'll never know.
Rogers just right there. Had he not had to come back to the ball a couple of steps, he would have scored a touchdown, Larry. Out of the wishbone, or excuse me, the shotgun. 15 seconds to go. They throw it. It is complete. Lipscomb. I don't think he's going to get in. He'll be stopped at the 10. Time has been called as they get the first down. Larry, that is the big break right there. Had he not got past the line of scrimmage, they couldn't have got a play off. Rogers quickly to the line of scrimmage. 7 seconds. 6. The clock running. 4, 3, 2, 1. This will be the play of the game for the FPC Championship. Blakeney rolls. He fires end zone. It's up for grabs. It's caught. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Need I say a word? What? Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this in my life, Larry.
Oh, I haven't either.
Scott Rogers, the senior, will remember this one for a lifetime.
And what can you say about it, Randy?
This has got to be one of the best finishes. This probably will be the best finish.
Well, if you wrote a book about it and you told somebody, nobody would believe it.
God almighty, I'm speechless. That's the only thing I can say.
There's not much to say about it.
That says it all. You want to savor every moment. I wish we had enough cameras to cover. This is what it's all about, Larry. To be in broadcasting, to witness something like this. Regardless of the finish.
Isn't that the truth? I'm just glad that we have the seat that we live.
The Wonders, the 1990 South Piedmont Conference champs, and this is the stuff that champions are made of. SPC champions for 1990, second year in a row, and if you didn't get your money's worth tonight, I'm sorry. Let's go down. I think Larry has finally found Bruce Hart.
Larry Mason along with winning coach Bruce Hardin and Justin and Blair. You guys look just alike. Any special reason for that? Might be twins? Maybe. Coach, I don't know what to say. Heck of a win. Have you been going to church?
Yes, sir. I don't miss mass. I'll tell you that right now. I'm there every Sunday.
You've been living right, I believe.
That's correct. I guess my first comment is wow, like everybody else. And my second comment, Larry, is Maurice Blakeney. I guess that says it all. And just our ability of our kids just won't quit. And, you know, if we've been looking for anything, we've been looking for character of our young men, challenging them, and they just upheld all that tonight.
Well, they really did, and I know there was a time in the ball game that you thought, hey, this thing may be over, a couple of minutes left to go, and you were behind, but it looks like your kids never quit. Concord played a great football game with their young folks.
Boy, EZ and his staff's just done a terrific job, and they've got a terrific young bunch of athletes to work with. My big concern in the second half was we couldn't get the football. We could not stop them. Our defense was not, you know, breaking, but boy, we were just bending and bending, and as a result, they were getting closer and closer, and that just put added pressure. And we knew if we got the ball, we would have to establish field position rather than getting it on the punt return.
Right. Well, I tell you came up with the two big plays. I assume the first one was a design play, the long touchdown.
Yes, sir. That was just kind of a takeoff route that we do, and you know, this is something that Maurice and our receivers do well. We practice it, and they love to do it. It's fun for them and the fans, and really, you know, it may look like, well, gosh, you're taking chances, but there's only one guy back there that can stop it. And when you run a play, there's 10 or 11 up there. So if he makes a good play, stop it. If he doesn't, we're in the money.
Right. Was the last touchdown a broken play, or was that also?
Well, basically, it was just, you know, we didn't have any timeouts, and Concord didn't. And our ball club was just smart enough to know, and Maurice gave great instructions to get in the end zone, you know, and just keep going and scramble and watch where he's going. And just try to make a heck of a play, and Scott Jordan did it.
Well,
couldn't have a nicer guy.
I tell you what, he did a great job watching the football. I was just talking to our cameraman. He said I was standing right there, and he said, Coach, everything was out but his feet. So he concentrated on the football and scored. Well, I tell you, the game turned out to be everything it was billed up to be. I've heard people say it's probably the best high school football game I've ever seen. Do you feel like it may be the best one you've ever coached in?
Yeah, I believe it is. It had all of it. It had the punt return, the long run, tremendous defense, big plays, mental mistakes, physical mistakes, but nobody quit.
Nobody did. I think you made the coaches behind us in the press box mad. I think they thought they were going to play Concord, and you won, and now they're going to have to play you. Well, listen, one question before we get away. Do you feel like with this kind of game that your kids now will be able to get ready and play for that playoff season, not leaving it on the field tonight?
Well, you know what, we challenged our guys. We're defending state champs until December the 8th when they play it again. So, you know, we're glad to be high, and we just want to get high and just make this a beginning.
Well, you said you thought that your kids had not peaked yet and that they were just coming on, so maybe we'll find that out now. Hope so.
You know, and they're really believing in each other, and things like this help them.
It really does. Fellas, it's your last chance. Got anything you want to say? Say good night.
Good night.
Okay, Bruce.
Thanks.
We're going to see you Wednesday night along with Coach Easy Smith at the studio and getting ready for the playoff season. We'll start another playoff season.
Thanks. Okay.
We're going to go back to Randy for those final stats. And Randy, it was a heck of a football game, wasn't it?
It sure was, and nice tie, right, Ron?
I tell you, if anybody looks at the stats, they're not going to believe that Kannapolis won this ball game. Take a look at the rushing yards for Concord. They really have dominated, particularly the fourth quarter. They just ran away with it.
That's the reason you play 48 minutes, isn't it?
That's exactly right.
Penalties, 3 of 25. Concord did everything except win the ball game.
Everything except. If you look now at the Kannapolis side, 29 yards rushing. That's the lowest amount of yards they probably had in a quarter of any ball game they played this year.
It's been quite some time since we saw the runner from Washington attack. Just really stopped, and hats off to the Concord Spider defense. Most of that passing yardage came in the final two plays, or two drives, I should say.
132 yards of that 208 was in the fourth quarter.
Unbelievable. Well, there's not much more you can say except congratulations to not only A.O. Brown for being the 1990 SBC champion, a repeat, so to speak, but congratulations to Concord. They're not finished either. For Larry Mason, Ron Moon, and everybody here at TV 13, thanks for being with us. Join us Wednesday night for Headliners at 8 o'clock.